What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this morning we're going to be talking about the first major update in Season 3, some surprise changes, and some other discoveries. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, I just want to let you know that it was confirmed by COD Updates that Blueprint attachment swapping has been delayed until the mid-season. Funny enough, right before Season 3 launched, I made a video talking about two important features that were confirmed as quality of life updates for our third season. First, we had the Camo Hub, which is live right now, but Blueprint attachment swapping was actually mentioned as a launch feature, but for whatever reason is being saved for Reloaded. I know that's a bit frustrating because the feature itself was live for about, I want to say, a week during Season 1, but ended up getting removed because of some other exploits people were doing, and the feature has since been on hold for whatever reason. But as a reminder, if you're looking to become the best player possible here inside of Season 3, whether it's for good gameplays, whether it's the camel grind, make sure you guys pick up an aim controller that you can fully customize to your liking. Add your own logo, add some paddles, and many other customization choices, while you can also use code DYNAMITE to save lots of money off for your order. It's going to be linked down below in this video's description. Now, I've been using aim controllers for a good 3-ish years now, and they have lifetime warranty, which is fantastic, while authentic DualSense controllers and Xbox remotes are used for your build. Now, jumping into one of our first surprises that ended up releasing last night, we have the third-person mosh pit, which got added into BO6 multiplayer. Funny enough, I first played third-person at Modern Warfare 2's COD Next event, and it was then a playlist that I think was cycled in and out periodically throughout MW2, but was also a mode for Warzone 2.0 upon its initial release, but ended up getting removed relatively quickly. We didn't see too much third-person gameplay in Modern Warfare 3 as far as multiplayer went. I think there were a couple of moments here and there through LTMs, but other than that, third person was always an option for at least Modern Warfare Zombies and now Black Ops 6 Zombies. So maybe we'll end up seeing third person of some sort also added to OG Verdansk as an extra playlist later this season. But as I talked about in yesterday's video, with the big 420 content drop coming, there will be a third-person modifier in one of the LTMs coming later on in April. So I guess it makes sense that at least a basic version of third-person multiplayer already got added into multiplayer first. But I love surprises like this. I was just talking about this before the launch of Season 3. I think it'd be great if almost every other Thursday, we end up seeing a new playlist introduced into multiplayer that wasn't previously announced, wasn't marketed in a blog post or a roadmap. It's great to see them just experiment with different types of modifiers and different gameplay systems and just throw them into a dedicated playlist that can last a week or two. I mean, third person hopefully will remain permanent because it's a nice change of pace. I don't know what it is or if it's just me, but my third person lobbies are pretty sweaty, and I'm not sure if it's just because it's that part of the life cycle where everybody has everything maxed out and generally you're seeing more prestige masters than usual. Not sure, but obviously with the way that you can see angles in third person, people are catching on pretty quick on how to manage gunfights. I think if anything, it could be a little bit easier than regular 6v6. You're going to be hitting more shots on average, especially if you have the crosshair setting on. I'd highly recommend this, by the way, just to ensure that you're not completely going in blind with some of your shooting. But this is also the mode where you can get the most out of the operator skin that you're running. You can fully see the skin no matter what. And I also think score streak usage is pretty funny while in third person, as you'll see later on in the footage. Now, I know this is going to piss off the rage baiters and the grifters out there, but according to Insider The Ghost of Hope, both Raven and Activision are real excited with the performance of Season 3, and apparently numbers are off the charts and have even raised Black Ops 6 sales because of the update. I get it, some folks are going to look at the Steam numbers and say, oh, well, the drop-off was pretty big after the weekend. Like I said before, I don't care what Bobby Kotick said in a podcast. I personally don't believe the PC has the biggest player base in Call of Duty, especially considering that it's #1 on console charts almost every single month. I do think PS4 and Xbox One, the last gen, probably make up just about a majority of the player base. Then it's probably current gen hardware on consoles, followed by what I'm assuming is like Game Pass and Battle.net kind of being neck and neck, considering the Game Pass price. And then Steam's probably last on that list. But maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I don't own Call of Duty. You guys don't own Call of Duty, so we shouldn't be stressing too much about what the player count looks like. Just play the game if you enjoy it. But either way, regardless of all that, this is great news for Season 3 and hopefully pretty promising to ensure a strong end to the Black Ops 6 lifecycle. But Call of Duty also went ahead and announced a brand new free trial for Season 3. So it looks like the 24-hour trial that kicked off the season wasn't going to be the free trial of Season 3. That was just there in place while Warzone was offline. The official Season 3 free trial begins April 7th, so that was yesterday, and will last until April 11th. As far as the content you'll get, quite a bit of Season 3 content actually. You get 3 brand new maps, Firing Range, Barrage, and Nomad, as well as regular Nuketown, and then you have 10 plus game modes. TDM, Domination, Isolation, Hardpoint, Kill Confirmed, Sharpshooter, the new one, Control, Kill Order, and even Headquarters. And the crazy thing is you get access to all 5 round-based maps as a part of this trial. So it doesn't last that long, but hey, take advantage of this if you guys don't own Black Ops 6 but are interested in the brand new premium content. So just to be specific though, as the roadmap also implies, you're going to be getting access to just about everything that multiplayer and zombies offers, almost everything at least. Again, we're talking 25 plus multiplayer maps and just about every iconic game mode that you can currently play. Unfortunately, no directed mode as you can see in the zombie section, but still full access to a lot of the newer experiences that have recently come out. But earlier I was mentioning visibility with our third-person mosh pit. Speaking of which, there actually is an update coming to the Terminator operator skin that I'll circle back to in just a second. Real quick, COD Updates also posted that there is a slide to prone update. They've identified that the issue impacts the hybrid and slide-only settings for slide and dive behavior and have a fix scheduled for later in the season. In the meantime, players can adjust their slide dive behavior settings to resume slide to prone as usual. I believe some ranked players discovered this issue right when Season 3 kicked off, but it wasn't meant to be a permanent change or anything, just to be clear. Now, when it comes to the Terminator skin, here's what's going on, right? So, the Endo Titanium Core skin for the T800 is going to be receiving a visibility adjustment to ease target identification. I don't believe this issue has impacted third person, for example, but has certainly impacted first person gameplay, which I know a lot of Warzone players have been pointing out for quite a while now. Another issue with this is that people figured out that this skin was a problem, especially after the skin was removed from the item shop. Now, typically, as we always see with Call of Duty, if there's a crossover operator, they'll end up keeping the skin in the shop for maybe 2 months, maybe a bit less. Then they get cycled out and usually never get brought back because there's probably some type of licensing agreement where that crossover skin can only be in Call of Duty, sold in Call of Duty at least, for a limited time. Then whoever bought it could just use it forever. But I hear you guys, right? The visibility is rough with this skin. I showed you guys a clip from Exclusive Ace's video. He posted that, I think, a couple of weeks ago. The hitbox isn't any different. He also debunks this in his video that no matter where you shoot the skin, even though it's a skinnier type of operator with holes in it, no matter what, has the same hitboxes as any other operator skin in the game. The real issue at hand is being able to see the skin from a distance and also the illumination of the skin, especially in darker areas, which funny enough was an issue with the original Rose back in Modern Warfare 19. Now, I get it, they could have just re-released the skin in the shop and a lot of people probably would have bought it, but that really wasn't the issue at hand, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will probably agree with that. The skin itself just needed to be fixed, and hopefully we don't see problems like that with any other operator skin in the future. Now, what's also really interesting is following the launch of our third season in Warzone Mobile, Data Miner Reality UK did find references to a brand new Revolver pistol that should be getting added at some point, probably in the next season. I don't think it'll be for Season 3, and it looks to be some type of Python or just a revolver that we might not have seen before, but hey, it could always be similar to the Python from Black Ops 1, you never know. Obviously, this cannot be previewed or used in Black Ops 6 yet, but the fact that it exists in Warzone Mobile just means that it is probably getting worked on right now. And yeah, funny enough, according to that list of data mine weapons from about, I think, 2 months ago, a pistol was mentioned there. So we are getting a new pistol at some point. Could even work similarly to the M1 Irons from Advanced Warfare. That's kind of what comes to mind as well. But let me know how hyped you are for a brand new pistol down below. I get it, we're all waiting for the 1911, which would be great because it is a Black Ops game that we're playing. But if I had to guess, right, this is totally a stretch here, maybe other classic weapons, maybe even like the 1911, could be added through the form of special blueprints. I mean, we saw this with the Prestige rewards, right? The STG, the VMP, and just recently in the new Battle Pass, we ended up seeing the World at War Trench Gun, the World at War Bar, and even the Black Ops 1 Classic FAL. Those are, of course, skins for existing weapons in BO6, but still will give you familiar attachments, familiar iron sights, and overall that familiar look of the weapon from way back when. Now, there are some other mysterious updates that I'm sure are being saved for Reloaded, and although this isn't a Warzone video, I do want to mention real quick that we got some Easter eggs teased in the initial blog for Season 3, right, with those teddy bears and even the red doors, which I believe are actually visible right now in Verdansk. I'm really excited for some more trippy Black Ops inspired type quests that hopefully are going to get added into Warzone. Not to mention Bunker 11, which got hinted at in the initial teaser trailer for the return of Verdansk. And I know the Bunker 11 update was added, I think it was a couple of months after Warzone 1 initially dropped, maybe a month and a half tops. So I get it, some of those things aren't live right now, which is fine. It's just going to make for some really cool post-launch Easter egg hunts within OG Verdansk. Really looking forward to whatever they have planned. Now, as I pointed out in yesterday's video, we have a pretty big content drop coming to celebrate 420. We have the Black Ops tribute event on April 17th. We don't know if that's going to be around the same time as the 420 content, because that is close to April 20th. And then we have Season 3 Reloaded marketing probably at the very end of April, so that all of that could maybe drop towards the beginning of May. It's going to be a busy next couple of weeks, but that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the first major discoveries and major updates for our third season? Leave all your thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.